Okay, so installing and activating an eSIM on an iPhone is actually very easy, but there's one setting right at the end that most people miss. And if you get it wrong, your home carrier can still charge you for roaming. So make sure to stick with me to the end because the final step is the most important. So I'll be installing an eSIM from Roamless. I like using them because they offer free eSIMs up to 500 megabytes. So if you want, you can actually just download one for nothing and go through the install and just basically get a feel for how eSIMs work. I'll put a link for Roamless in the description box below. Now, make sure you have a stable internet connection. This is quite important because if your internet drops during the install, then the whole thing might fail and you may have to start again. I always recommend trying to do this at home and on Wi-Fi. So go ahead and tap install and then install now. And you should see this pop up that says activate your eSIM. You can tap activate. Now just wait for this to connect and then you'll see that your eSIM is ready to activate. So you can tap continue. And this part might take a minute, hopefully not, maybe 30 seconds, but be patient. Please don't toggle to a different app or close your phone. Just wait for it to activate and you should eventually see this prompt. And you can select whether you're using the eSIM abroad or at home. Most of us will be selecting abroad, although it doesn't really matter which one you choose. They both work, but for the sake of this video, we'll tap abroad and then continue. Here we can choose the type of plan we have. In most cases, you're probably going to select data only, but if you did get an eSIM which has calls and texts and you want to use those, then select voice and data. But again, for this video, I'll select data only. So at this point, you'll see that the eSIM setup is complete and that your iPhone will remind you when to turn it on. I would ignore that because it can be unreliable. Instead, I recommend going straight to your phone settings because there are some important steps to make sure you follow so your home carrier does not charge you for data roaming. So inside your settings, tap mobile service or cellular, then scroll down until you find your new eSIM. In my case, this is called travel-roamless. I'm going to tap that, then tap mobile plan label, and at the bottom, tap Edit Custom Label. I'm now going to rename this to something that I can easily identify, like eSIM-Roamless UK. And this is a useful step in case you have multiple eSIMs later on so they don't get lost or you don't get confused. Now, if you're ready to start using your new eSIM, perhaps you're about to arrive at your destination or you just landed, then this is what you have to do. Toggle turn on this line to on, then scroll down and toggle data roaming. That will activate data on your new eSIM. Go back to mobile service or cellular, find your primary SIM, so your home carrier, tap that and find data roaming and toggle that to off. That's going to prevent your home carrier or your normal SIM from using data. Just an important note though, with these settings, you'll still be able to make and receive calls and SMS to your normal number, but data is now switched off. Things like WhatsApp and FaceTime calls or video calls, they'll still work, but they will use data from your new eSIM. And you can confirm all of this by going back, and at the top, you'll see that default voice line is set to your primary or home SIM, while mobile or cellular data is set to your new eSIM. Finally, just tap mobile or cellular data and make sure allow data switching is turned off. If this is on, your iPhone can quietly switch back to your home SIM when signal drops, and that's how people sometimes get roaming charges. But now you can rest assured that your phone will only use your new eSIM for data and not your normal carrier. And please let me know if you have any questions, and if you want to support the channel and get a free eSIM, then check out Roamless. I put a link in the description box to them, along with a coupon TMoney20 for 20% off. And you can also watch this video if you'd like to learn more about Roamless. It's a full review. And if you have any other questions about eSIMs or anything about the installation process, then feel free to use the comments below. I usually try to respond within an hour, unless I'm sleeping. Okay, thank you.